What is up, my friends? Sorry about my last video. My voice wasn't loud enough. I wasn't sitting close enough to my mic. But here's part 2 of Biomutant. Let's go ahead and start. I don't remember this. You found a puzzle. These are scattered around the world. Some open new paths, while others feature different rewards. To switch which node is selected, use the left stick. To rotate the node, press L1 and R1. This is the number of rotations you have left. The higher your intellect, the more moves you have. Each node has a certain position it must be rotated into to complete the puzzle. Running out of moves before they may have consequences. Okay, so I use L to... Alright.
Just a few moves left.
There we go. I forgot about the puzzles. About there being puzzles in this game.
There are few records of the chain of events that led to the big apocalypse eons ago, but it's clear the world wasn't prepared for how recklessly the Toxanol Corporation would make its mark on the world. Their rare earth mining and nuclear industries generated tons of waste, and without consideration for the future, they dumped it all in landfills until they ran out of space. That's when they made the big mistake. They began dumping the toxic waste in the surf just off the coast instead, assuming that it would sink and decay with time. And they were right. But no one was prepared for what was about to unfold. Once in the surf, the radiation interfered with the genetics of the wildlife and created bizarre mutations in their offspring. It had an inconceivable impact on biodiversity and the entire ecosystem. The world as they knew it crumbled as nature retaliated. It would never be the same again, and what remained of it became ours.
Huh. That's interesting. So they used to be people then. They used to be humans, I guess.
The sound of spark metal going pew-pew is never a good thing. It's coming from behind that door.
Yeah, no
A
dip.
warning label. The box looks like a potential brain melt.
Okay.
It's going to take a bit of puzzling to short-circuit the door.
Oh, wait. Huh? Hang on. Which... Oh, wait, I have it the wrong way.
Quite a shock to the system.
Alright. I won't mess it up
Let's
this
try
time.
that again.
There we go.
There you go.
Out of date. Perfectly countering an enemy attack will stun them. A stunned enemy has stars circling above their head, and after hitting the enemy again, you can launch it up in the air by pressing L1. Alright.
The wheeled one is outnumbered. You'd better help him out.
Alright, make them fight each other.
That's the last of them. Let's talk to the wheeled one before backup arrives.
This game is so much fun. Oh wait, search their bodies. Alright. So we got here. Plank, plank, plank. Plank, plank.
He wants to thank you for taking his side against the scavengers. He sounds familiar. You just can't figure out why. He presents himself as out of date. He
Out
knows
of
he's way
date.
overdue, but he hasn't given up. He doesn't seem surprised that you don't recognize him. You were just a child back then, the night everything changed. There have been rumors of a one-eyed Ronin seen outside the Great Wall, and he's happy to see it's true. The legend of the one-eyed child that grew up as an outcast is old and sad. The child could have been anyone.
I don't
But
get it
the
though.
evil
Why
it
out
had
of
fled
date?
had left a mark, a facial scar to remember the past. There's no doubt you're the child, and that what Lupa Lupin did to your village, your Muma and Popsy, was the beginning of the end. He says it has taken you a long time to bring the past back up to the present, to find your way back, but he's grateful you have. It was after the attack that the unity fell apart. Your Muma's disciples divided and formed tribes as a reaction to the blight that had fallen upon the land. Had it not been for the Tree of Life, no one would have survived. He hopes you at least remember the tree.
The Tree of Life. By default, dialogues are set to advance from one NPC line to the next automatically. If you want to manually advance in dialogue, you can change this in the settings to the accessibility. Alright. I'm just gonna leave it the way it is. So I'm guessing that we're seeing his past.
Asks if you were tired, as it's a bit of a hike here from the village. He wonders if your Muma knows you are here.
I don't think she cares. I'll just say that.
Sounds like he thinks she does, despite your heart growing dark. There's nothing as powerful as a Muma's love.
As a Muma.
He understands why you came all the way out here, to see them, the potato people.
The potato people.
The potato people, or Nono, are a wonder, somehow interlinked with this little tree here, fueling its source of life.
I don't believe in magic. Nano potato people is better. I don't believe in magic. Even though I'm using
Magic?
it.
He claims it's just the force of life, the existence of energy, powering and connecting all things living, like the Nono. The Nono prefer to hide in glitter grass. He says you should get over there and ruffle it. See if you can make one come out of hiding.
But why? Why do I have to do that? Ruffle it? Oh, okay.
You've found one. You should be proud. They don't come out for everyone. The Nono's key energy is just what the ps5 needs to complete its cycle and grow into a tree of life. Only time will tell. At least his intention is to dedicate his
It
life
looks
to
like
it.
an
He
animal
has
version
the
of
feeling the fate
Elvis.
of the world depends on it. You'll need to support the tree for a long time to come. The only way it'll grow tall is with the burst of ki released from the Nono as they become one with the tree. You'll need a net to catch the Nono, and he wants you to use his, but asks you to be gentle. The Nono are sensitive beings, an embodiment of ki, the primal energy.
Let's throw it into the water.
You handle that net like you've never done anything else. He's impressed.
All I did was press square.
One day,
Or
he
triangle,
hopes
I mean.
the tree will have grown tall enough to sustain the world. But today, your focus is getting this one to become one with the tree.
Become one with the tree.
Now that you've seen the Nono's connection with the tree with your own eyes, you have no reason to doubt. From this day on, he'll make nurturing the ps5 into a tree of life, a life goal, not only for our village's sake, but for all of us, everyone. One day, the land
Sorry about that.
won't be
My
as
mic,
peaceful.
my
Not
headphones
even
cut
your
out.
Mooma will
Every single
be
time my
able to
headphones cut out, my
protect
mic
us.
cuts out.
He says you'd better hurry back to the village before your Mooma comes looking for you. You did good here today. That's not true.
I'm gonna try to
She's
be
the
as evil as
reason there's
possible in
still
this
unity,
game.
and the only one strong enough to keep the 6 Wang Fu disciples disciplined. He lost you there for a while, but no memory is alone. It's part of a trail you can follow. He says he remembers every single day he devoted to growing the tree of life, but now he's afraid it might be
That
in
sounds
vain.
boring.
The tree started to die when the end of days begun, and it wasn't long after that that the World Eaters arrived.
The World Eaters.
The genetic evolution that occurred after the apocalypse that Toxanol Corporation inflicted on the land set the World Eaters' DNA into overdrive. His friend Gizmo is working on a Mekton and needs help defeating the Jumbo Puff at the end of the West Route. Wiz is still repairing his octopod to confront the Merc Puff that dwells deep down under the surface at the end of the Northwest Route.
I think we're about to be able to travel open
Nocco has
world.
tamed the midget and is preparing to take on the Hoof Puff at the end of the East Route. Finally, Goop is almost done with the Goo Glide, a machine able to ride the waves of the surf all the way out to the Porky Puff at the end of the route to the southeast. Out of Date says his friends are gearing up to stop the World Eaters. There's one at the end of each route. The road ahead won't be easy, but he's counting on your support. His friends aren't strong enough to end this on their own.
Well, you shouldn't.
Iatu Yao Mawa.
He wants you to understand that you'll all die if the tree isn't saved.
Muk Bebuk.
Regardless, you'll meet again once you've played your part in the tribe war and the situation with the World Eaters.
The World Eaters.
Tu Wavu.
Thank you. Alright. This way. Sorry, I accidentally went out of the game. We're 60 minutes in.
You're
Play for a
getting the hang of it.
little bit longer.
Quickest way out is through the roof where they came in, and the rope looks strong enough to climb.
There we go.
Know
Yeah.
that the tree of
I think
life
we'll be
is
able
dying.
to
Its days are numbered. Without help,
travel the
it
world.
can't endure the environmental change and assault from the World Eaters.
Alright. See what
A
this is.
signpost maps it out for the cartographically challenged.
Haha,
Let's see.
marking your territory. Signposts are found in your locations of interest all around the world. You unlock a signpost when interacting with it. Alright. You can fast travel to a signpost you've unlocked by selecting it on the map. To open the map at any time, press the pad. Alright. Let's see. Alright. Adventuring out into the world. Oh, that's a big one. A big monster.
That must be the World Eater that chewed off Out-of-Date's leg.
Should probably
You'll
get
need
new
a hat
headset.
trick to bring that down.
Headsets keeps cutting out.
Look, a survivor. Glad to see some. He's heard the stories about the terror inflicted by the World Eaters to other enclaves, but never expected one to come all the way here.
Your inner balance is two halves that completes a wholeness that flows through all things. At times, you'll be able to manifest your inner balance through deeds and dialogue choices. Few are those who always act in the same manner, and our wholeness is the sum of the choices we make and the actions we take. The balance of your actions creates your aura score, which affects a dialogue with other characters. Alright.
He worries there won't be much left to save if this continues, even if the Tree of Life survives the attack. He doesn't know what your connection is to this place, but something tells him you've stayed true to your heart.
Interacting with captives and ps5 shrines will award you with psi points that you can use to unlock psionic powers. Powers can only be unlocked once you have reached the required dark or light inner balance.
Anyway, he needs help and says it's by your actions you'll be judged, not by your intentions.
I'll leave you to your fate. Yeah.
Boom on your show.
He can't understand why you'd do such a thing. He won't make it out of here on his own.
Good work, clever clogs. Let me guide you into the dark.
I always liked the darkness.
Seriously,
I will be the next
I always
Sith.
thought better of you than that.
I'll be the
you were
next
wrong.
Sith Lord.
There's always more dark than light.
There's still time to turn back.
They're already heading down my road.
They? You realize my character is one person, right? You gained a side point. Use it to unlock powers in the mutations menu. Some powers are locked by the aura score, meaning that your side points can only unlock powers of the same color as your current aura or those without color. Alright.
There's Out of Date again. He must have missed something important.
Out of date. Wait, what?
Mao toliawahu.
Out of Date knows you'll make a better stand against the World Eaters with the support of a tribe, and there's two nearby.
Mao toliawahu.
The Jagni tribe is likely to be your primary choice as they seek to become omnipresent and, most importantly, feared.
Tolidrea ya maoloa.
Regardless of who you choose, it won't be easy, as the conflict between the tribes is worse than ever, teetering on the brink of war.
Wait, which tribe is which?
The Myriad's conviction to stop the World Eaters began when the Leviathans rose from the depths of the surf. Siding with the Myriad's movement for wholeness in a fragmented world might seem like the logical thing to do, but is it the right thing? One thing's certain, though. Destiny arrives all the same.
Alright.
The Jagni tribe only ever had one conviction: to bring balance to the world by wiping out the weak. They
Jagni,
believe
that's
that
what I'm
cleansing is
confused.
necessary to restore the world, and want to let the World Eaters bring down the Tree of Life. But siding with Jagni isn't necessarily a bad thing. Fate will find a way.
Mao toliawahu.
Out of Date says someone needs to break the stalemate and shift the balance of power to either Jagni's or Myriad's side.
Tamuk
Starting to get hungry.
gabamuktab.
He believes the tribe Sifus, Jagni especially, will listen to you and expects you to pay at least one of them a visit and play your part.
Kobwa yak.
He'll be waiting for you beneath the Tree of Life if you lose track of what you need to do.
See, your current and started quests are shown in the journal. See the top menu above. You can change which quest you track by opening the journal tab and selecting another quest. Talk to the Jagni or Myriad Seafood. Thinking the Jagni. Well, I think I'll go ahead and end this video, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Go ahead, like, subscribe, ring that notification bell.